CA.
Na'Vi do manage to pick themselves up a win. No doubt, the favourites, much more experience under their belt, but still, AGO putting up a fight at least in that first half. To break it down, we do have Yenko and
Well,
Chad.
3 of the 5 players putting up a fight.
God,
you
yeah,
know,
it's so hard to explain, isn't it, when you have 8 frags?
Yeah, TOAO and PHR really falling behind in this game, and you know it's always an underdog story, right? Unless you have a superstar on your team like Simple was in Flipside or Nico was in Mouse Sports and so forth, it's very difficult when you have teammates who are lagging behind so much to keep up with a fully practiced squad like Na'Vi, in a sense where that's probably even worse for AGO when it's not just Simple playing really well, but when everyone on the team is performing, that means you can't really have any weak spots if you want to compete. And
especially, I guess it becomes more, we become more aware of that, those absences in player performance when you get into that T side, right, Chad? Because, you know, it's not, one man isn't going to win you a T side.
Yeah, it's not like you can go in and just take a whole bomb site on your own.
You're not going to trade, exactly.
You need to have all those pieces of the puzzle working together. But something for me, that first half, okay, they didn't win the pistol, they lose the first gun round, right? You're already 5 rounds in the hole at that point. They get 1 on the board. Oh, great, you know, we're back. Reset. Win. They take an eco, buy up, win around, reset again. I think the first half for them to even be able to get 7 on the board is pretty good, right? Considering the way that that's half started. It looked like Na'Vi were just going to run away with it. It cooled off a little bit. You'd definitely be happy with 8 rounds every day of the week as Na'Vi on the T side of Overpass. You're happy, you're smiling ear to ear. Flick on over, don't really have too many troubles, get the pistol again, even though Simple went down early. Just felt like business as usual. And this is good. Normality to Counter-Strike could be getting restored. Maybe this is the start of something great, Alex.
Fingers crossed, yes, indeed. Simple at the top of the scoreboard, but as always, one of our often questions that we outline and things that we look for with Na'Vi and their success is, did they win exclusively from him? The answer here is no. We once again have some others backing him up on the scoreboard and providing...
Everyone.
Yeah, almost everyone, yeah. I mean...
Positive signs.
Yeah, and sure, maybe their T side wasn't as polished as you would have liked. As Chad pointed out, there was a lot of, winning some of the crucial rounds early on and then couldn't really ride that to a potentially 11-4, 12-3 scoreline. But something that was disappointing for AGO was their T side, right? Despite losing pistol and everything, sometimes, or most of the times actually, for these underdog teams, no matter the map, T side is easier to play because that's where you can really set up your game plan. Coming into this game, you can say, okay, our first gun round is going to look like this, second gun round is going to look like this, and you've studied your opponents and maybe found some weak spots, and AGO couldn't really get anything done on that T side in gun rounds.
Absolutely, and on top of all of that, they have another map to face now. And I mean, I guess the biggest advice you'd be given to AGO in this intermediary time, it would just be, hey guys, PHR, I'd like to see more than 5 frags. And who else? Who was the other underperformer actually? That's right. Okay.
I call him Toad.
We did call him Toad. Who was it?
Is it the D or no?
It's definitely an O, but I called him Toad.
All right.
I think Toad is, Toad's a nicer name because the other one is making that life difficult. We don't want that. We don't need any more Biawis. We don't need more Biawis of the world.
Yeah, we don't need Biawis.
No Biawis, Alex.
No Biawis, and we've solved that riddle as well. He says, call me whatever the hell you want. They call that the Zipnix response, as it was Anders, I think, who started the Zipex nonsense that we've finally got resolved.
Well, Anders is insane, so this makes sense.
And talking of insane, you know what else might be insane? Seeing these players in action. Indeed, there is the Pro League Finals. They're for all of the details. But of course, Pro League Finals, think of the places we've gone and things we've seen. I mean, we've been to London. That arena was awesome at the Indigo. I remember that one well. We've been all the way to, Brazil. We've had some adventures, really.
Yeah, and now we also know the slot distribution for the Pro League Finals a bit different. This year we have 7 slots for EU, 6 for NA, 2 for APAC, as you can see, and 1 is still to be determined, Alex.
It's a mystery.
Exist made a nice little point. Maybe it's versus Pro.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's
one slot.
It's not Virtus
Yeah,
Pro.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not going to be VP, but another 16-team tournament, right? We see a recurring theme here when it comes to ESL and the circuit. So you love to see it. More teams being involved, more regions being involved.
Yeah, but when we
CSGO to Asia, hashtag.
When we talk about regions as well, we have to talk about the fact that North American slots, I mean, they're close to Europe now. So 6 slots for North America. And when you
12
start
teams.
When you start listing, when you start kind of going through the North American
You
contenders.
can name 4.
4? Let me
Scraping
try.
the bottom of the barrel.
Cloud9, Liquid. This is from the North American Pro League. SK. Here we go. Optic.
Yep. Now you get the half.
And the half would be Luminosity?
or
The
Energy.
Renegades.
Renegades, yeah, that's true. They've been on the European stage before.
Yeah.
So where does that... I guess you get a curveball with your 6th slot.
Well, I think we've just proved that maybe there should only be 5 slots in North America.
Potentially. I
Give
mean,
8 to EU.
it's so tough. It's so tough to get your head around, really.
I'm sure the commissioner Birchall will fix it
I'll
for
work it
next
out.
season.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll get on the blower. We'll fix it. We'll sort it right out. But
Make that project
Matt
look
and I
better.
were making a date when we go to Dallas. We're going to go to Six Flags. So if anybody's there and they want to come,
Oh, is that where Six Flags is?
yeah, it's across the road from the hotel.
Yeah, it was at the very least. Now Chad has given away where the hotel is, so
Well, Six Flags is pretty big. It could be a hotel anywhere around.
all right,
or
all right.
any of the hotels.
Dude, I have never been to like a big roller coaster park. I've been to like the local one. I think I went to Alton Towers once, which is, I guess, as big as it gets in the UK.
I guess we're lucky Counter-Strike's a roller coaster, Alex.
What's the big? There's a big one that I've been to in the UK.
What's it called? You're looking at Henry like,
Yeah, I'm looking
give
at
me
Henry.
some help. The mic is off.
Yeah, but you can, I can still hear you when they say it. The one it has.
Thorpe Park, Chessington,
I was,
Alton
uh,
Towers. There you go.
Thorpe
I was
Park.
trying to get back into it because, yeah, I would love to make some content with Alex in the front of a roller coaster. I think
I would be an adventure.
Decibel
could
levels
see.
would most definitely be high.
Yeah,
high
And
octaves.
I mean, I
testosterone would
talk
be at
with
an
my
all-time
face
low.
often, so I think it would be very clear how much fun I was having / considering contemplating that I was going to die. That tends to be the roller coaster
I think you'd
experience.
enjoy it.
Yeah?
Roller coasters
I'm
are
well up for
safer
it.
than like a lot of
Everything.
things, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Up there with the planes.
That's my favorite. Whenever they're doing this, like, oh, you're
Okay.
more likely to do, you're more likely to die crossing the road than, driving a car and all this
A
stuff.
roller coaster is on tracks. Nothing
Yeah.
really can happen to you. It's
dunno.
electronic.
Except
Other
it's getting
than,
derailed.
other than obviously adrenaline and heart.
Apart from Alton Towers, you said you went. Actually, it's a bit dark. Maybe we shouldn't even go there. But something really bad did happen a couple of years ago. But yeah,
Thanks, Henry.
Apart from that,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Totally safe.
I
Totally
only
fine.
went on the log flume anyway. That was more my pace.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Talking of pace, AGO, do they bounce back?
Probably not.
It was those two players really struggled to make anything happen.
Well, yeah, 2 of them at the very bottom. But Snatchy, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him before. I've never been aware of him. He was actually quite
Snacks is
impressive.
the younger brother.
No, it's not. But
Guys,
I do
come
that.
on. Maybe he's known to be related, Jesus, to Biawi.
Biawi?
Biawi.
Are you still committed
It's
to that?
100% true.
Okay. Biawi.
It means white.
Yeah, that's why he didn't want that to be his nickname and did it Bialy.
Because he's racist.
Anyway, this conversation's been derailed. I
Back to
think
your
going
derailed.
into...
Roller
Speaking of roller
coasters.
coasters, derailed.
I think Mirage is going to be a little bit more competitive.
Thank you.
Because the polls in the past, especially this tier, Kingwins, the AGOs of the world, they play that A bomb side. They love a good retake there. So we'll see if that happens against Na'Vi, Alex.
That's the question. They did, in fact, we just saw, of course, that Na'Vi game versus Space Soldiers on Mirage before Yenko, and Na'Vi picked that one up quite convincingly.
True, but it was due to some blunders from the Space Soldiers team, right? Losing to pistols twice, making some weird decisions mid-round. Tactically, I think after you lose a couple of those rounds, it's really difficult to come back into the game, to have the mental fortitude. You gave away so many chances. Playing against Na'Vi, you will only have a few of them.
And of course, when you talk about Na'Vi, you talk about Mirage, you also have to remember our analysts have always talked about the fact that Zeus is on a site on his own a lot of the time.
Well, you saw it there on Overpass.
Yeah.
It's a weakness, and that's what AGO were trying to do almost every single time. It's like, well, Simple's AWPing towards middle or long or connector. Let's just keep going B. And they were trading out kills with Zeus when they had a CZ. When they had CZ. So
It sounds like the
makes
server
sense.
is ready, guys, so I'm going to love you and leave you. Enjoy Mirage.
I don't think it's Zeus's fault that he's being traded out by a CZ these days, Henry. I'm just going to throw that one out there real
True.
quick.
Yep, it's fine. Well,
Okay. Are they gone now?
We're still here.
I'm
Yeah,
waiting
it's
I'm
coming.
waiting for them to leave.
I'll make it really clear. Hang on.
Can we just...
Okay, let's get into it. Henry, Matt, enjoy this one.
thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Alex.
It's going to be Mirage next between these two teams. AGO, surprising in terms of the amount of rounds they got. Can they go a bit further? I'm not so sure. Mirage is a map where Simple can go absolutely ham. Quite a quiet game from him, all things considered. But we'll see whether he can go maybe a little bit bigger in this one. As we all have a look at the lineups here, look up for Snatchy, seem pretty decent with the AWP at least. And who else to look out for? We'll have to see whether Electronic can maybe post some good numbers here. I wanted to this sort of opposition. I want to see what everyone's been talking about. This powerhouse, the more skill he's bringing to the team. I'm yet to really be convinced by it. But 5 sets of armor for the CT side, Toa with the 1 smoke and flashbang on the T's. They've got a PT-50. That's in the hands of Furlan. As they'll set up towards the B area.
Simple. Goes back out toward Connectar. Let's have this say it in the CIS region. It's not actually, but we're going to go with that. Snatchy takes him down. Look at PHR and Snatchy again to find Edward. This is... What a round. That's ridiculous.
Blink and you'll miss it. Well, there we go. It will be AGO to have a clean sweep. Not a single kill picked up by Na'Vi. And they'll presumably be force buying here. They'll have to bring out the CZs and armor. That costs you $1,500 on the nose. That's exactly what you get after you buy armor in the first round. So there it is. Flamey and Electronic purchasing that setup. Edward goes with a Deagle. Simple goes for a Zeus instead. Not his teammate, but he has got the taser on his utility belts. Obviously, he's the AWP of the squad. Didn't really invest too much. The Zeus cost him just $300, and we'll see whether he can get going. And we'll be now Furlan waiting for this A push, and he'll get it, but can't find the frag. Zeus to open things up towards the underpass. Soon he gets one, though. Good trade. And 1-0 now. As AJ had an advantage of sorts. You can see it's still a 4-on-4, but there's plenty of opportunities as they go towards the A ramp.
The A ramp, yes. PHR will once again work to the underpass. It's a 4 versus 4, and we know well that these CZs can be punishing. Pink pistols all across the map. And Simple's going to put one into the pink of Snatchy as suddenly he goes down. It's PHR versus Simple that comes back out on top with the AK sneaking out from underneath. And interestingly and amazingly, we're still deadlocked on 3s, encouraging, of course, that kill from Na'Vi to sway the bomb back over toward the A site. And it's forward for Flamey that he'll play with CZ in hand. CZ. Don't know why you'd ever want to use any other gun. Maybe the AK, perhaps, because they're going to work in against them. Flamey not going to move from behind default. It's becoming a common position. It's so good to cover off Palace, and we'll see if it works. As Grimmy walks out, it certainly will. Flamey goes for another out of range with the CZ. He's trying everything he can. Electronic next in line to rotate. Quite going to work out as PHR takes down Edward.
That was the force buy from Na'Vi. Didn't work out too well for him, though. 2-0 for AGO. Full eco here. Simple, ready for that AWP in the next round. Got 3,500 right now. This is a chance for AGO to just run away with it. Have a clean 3-0 and listen to 5-5 live. 5-0 PHR.
So it's actually still just me, Hank. I thought your mic was back.
Is it just not working at all?
It's not open, so it's just me. So now you're back. Now you're back. Talk now.
Hello.
Does it work? I don't know. I'm going to tell you what's going on in the game for a moment at least. Toa, Groovy, all going at it. Simple suddenly realizes there's a player that's jumped down from the heavens. That was obviously off of the pallet on Catwalk. And it catches him off just enough. AGO looking sharp to start. Third round, obviously they have guns. CTs do not. Bomb to be planted on B. Let's see if it works, Hank.
I think we're good now. I think we're okay. I can hear myself at least.
Well, that's encouraging at the very least. So we'll see if it's the case. As Groovy works back out toward the window, apparently. As Electronic will work with the USP. He's the only one left. Bomb still ticks off inside of the site and immediately rotating off of its Furlan. Electronic will hold and immediately gets a kill onto PHR because he's not suspecting of the fact that he could be inside of the window going to get the AK. Though Groovy's too close behind. No chance that Electronic can pull that over. Obviously would have loved to do so for the CT side. Getting an AK always good. Not only that means that he wouldn't have to spend roughly 3K on the M4, which they now do. And they bring out the AWP onto Simple as well. As we've got a tactical timeout for Na'Vi to start things off. So already with the guns, they want to solve this because AGO's brought some pace to this game that perhaps they weren't ready for. Zeus, unsure of exactly what to buy, is going to go to a shotgun. Okay, so watch for Zeus to play inside of the apartments. A or B. I still call Palace apartments. I call them the A apartments. Let me know what you call them at home. Tweet now at Henry G. CSGO. I almost forgot about CSGO. As we get underway, so Zeus will go B apartments. Electronic, meanwhile, toward window is going to get immediately jumped out. Edward with Flames to go out. Is going to try and support him, but Flames inside of the window rather than a smoke. Edward, oh, stuck in the corner. That nearly worked. Look at AGL being crafty. They're so wholesome.
They've definitely got some strategies here. You can see they're focused more on the executions, and that's what you have to be like. If you're going to take down a team like Na'Vi and Zeus, like we mentioned in the pre-game, go towards that B bomb site, you will more than likely trade out a kill with him. Not even that this time. AGO will have open B-bomb site. They've got no kits, but Simple, he is still alive in the window. Need to smoke that off, and he actually misses the shot. So this should be a clean plant now. Maybe even the round I'd consider saving on Na'Vi, and I think they already have. There we have it, 4-0 coming in. And it is a common trend that a lot of teams will focus towards that side of the map. Edward taking down to such low HP at the very start. Zeus only had the shotgun going into that round. The Max 7 didn't really land any damage whatsoever. And bomb will go off. They're not going to be hunting at all, though. I can see one player towards T-Spawn that's Flamey, looking for any exits. It's going to be Toa. Not giving anything away, though. I think the T's are more than happy just to let them survive. They've got 5 players up. They're in a great position. Don't risk anything. Pound for pound, Na'Vi are going to be better fraggers than you, so might as well just keep all 5 weapons in contention. Edward will survive on 4 HP. Next round coming in, number 5. Orbs in the hands of Simple, 1 and 3. Definitely a quieter evening for him. It's our second map of 6 of the evening. Bit of a underdog story here of AGO going up against Na'Vi. Certainly a world-class team, AGO. I'm sure a lot of you probably haven't heard of. You've maybe become familiar with some of the names there, Groovy and Furlan, for example. They've been around for a while in like the Tier 2 Polish teams, just under Virtus Pro.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they talked about that at the top of the show. I mean, the fact that it was always you were going to be the second best Polish team, that Virtus Pro is going to be the #1. And it was a battle for the best of the rest. I think that's wide open at this point. That's completely open at this point. There is absolutely a changing of the guard in Poland if Virtus Pro doesn't get their crap together soon, shall we say? Simple with a good shot to start it off. We'll take down Snatchy.
They're not in the Pro League, just a note. This is the only Polish team there, so...
That's already a good stepping stone.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll get more attention in that respect, and I think that the tweets they've made recently, I think Virtus Pro are correct. They will start getting less invites now, and things are looking quite bleak for them. Sure, they bring a lot of fans, but you can't really justify the invites keep coming in if they're going out in the groups every single tournament, even with practice. As Groovy starts to light them up once again, takes down Flamey. 5-0, looking likely now. Bomb waiting to go towards the B-bomb site. 45 seconds. Toa just waiting for any rotations here. Edward towards short. I was expecting a bit more. You can see the open side, though. Furlan will be all the way in CT spawn. He finds a quick frag, takes down Simple. That's a huge scalp to take. And Edward, he'll be dealt with in a very equal manner. 3 versus 1. Electronic got his work cut out for him, but he is at least in the correct area. He'll be heading towards the B-bomb site through the apartments. Doesn't have the kit. Has got a smoke and a flashpad. I don't think that's going to save him. As soon as he gives his position up, they should be able to win out the round. Bomb planted. And for now, Electronic looking like he'll save. Maximum loss bonus for Na'Vi into the next round, but I don't think that will be enough. As he'll now be waiting in the doldrums towards the underpass. Bomb guaranteed to go off at this point, and
we'll wait with it. 5-0 for AGO. What a good start.
Fantastic start. This was a map, you remember, Matt? This is the grand final where we had some of those embarrassing rounds for Na'Vi imaginable on their T side. This does not bode well. We know their T side can be very weak. We saw what Chris J did to them. He was a savage, and they had no smokes, no flashbangs to take him off short. The Mirage definitely needs some work, and it doesn't look like that has been done as of yet. Simple. And we'll power once more. Not so much a force, but I did save 1 gun with the maximum loss bonus I can still buy here. Zeus looks to go towards the underpass, perhaps. He has no nades. He's going to go straight in with the M4. This is such a ballsy call from him. That was almost guaranteed death, but he'll get 1. Trades out Toa. 4 and 4. But they know he's there, but they haven't got anyone to stop him pushing up towards B. He's down to 50 HP. Have to bravely go up the steps now. He has got backup from his teammate. That's going to be Simple. Pushing with the AWP. Groovy should get this frag, but Flamey gets the better of him. And now they're going to commit from the connector. Spots 1, but he was spotted in return. Electronic coming from CT spawn. He's the only player towards A at this point. If they smoke connector, they should win the round, but they didn't do it. Simple, there it is. That's such an oversight.
Oh, yeah.
And he should win the round single-handedly now.
I don't know how teams commonly don't remember to smoke that off. You're going to go for the deeper plant. So Simple with 2 very easily controls the round
They
by
smoke
dropping
it
the bomb. Yeah, they
after
smoked it
everyone's
late.
dead.
Yeah, exactly. Hey guys, remember those smokes? Just
Yeah.
throw them now.
Why plant the
We'll
open?
pretend like we always did it. Don't tell the in-game leader I didn't throw my smoke.
Well, they've got plenty of money. That's not the issue here. They're going to take a pause just to work out how they can reset Na'Vi. We'll get into 5 plays 1 Na'Vi. Never been too impressive on Mirage, but we'll see what they can do here. Simple finding frags certainly bodes well as we get into round number 7. If you're just joining us, it was Na'Vi playing this very team on Overpass to kick off the day, and not the most convincing of victories. You'd expect these sort of matchups to be very one-sided, but it was actually a little bit closer than Na'Vi expected, or anyone did, to be honest. And this one is actually going in a very similar direction. 5-1 in favor of the Polish underdogs right now. Na'Vi struggling. They posted their first round, courtesy of a mistimed smoke towards the connector. And Na'Vi now we'll have to wait. Technical timeout just to confirm that. It's the internet. We get an extra 10 variables when we play online because obviously everyone's at home playing on their internet connections. Anything can drop out. Telephone could go off and disconnect the internet.
Yeah, I used to remember that. I'd be playing Tribes, the original, and a phone would ring, and I'd be like, no, please,
now.
no, Dad,
I used
it's
to have
not
even worse.
important.
When
Mom, it's no one. It's.
For some reason, in our house, when the dishwasher was turned on, the internet didn't work. Like, because we had to use like the power line adapters.
Explains why
So-
clothes are always so dirty.
The dishwasher.
Oh, dishwasher. Okay, sorry. carry
So
on.
when I was on, so then it took all the surge the house or something, and you couldn't play games. So
Wow.
it was better just to clean the dishes yourself and say, "Mum, you don't need to use the dishwasher. It's all fine. It's all under control."
It's done. It's done. I
And
did it
please don't
myself.
turn it on. The other one was one my sister used to despite me and go on the webcam, talk to her friends, and it used to lag me out
Take all the
completely.
bandwidth.
Yep. She used to actually do it out of spite. It was really cool of her. So shout out to her.
Yeah, no, I definitely remember the time and when the dial-up was a thing. Oh man, it was fun.
But
It was so fun. I remember you'd go on ICQ
Okay.
and
Yeah.
you'd message someone and you'd say like, "Hey, you want a game?" And then you'd be like, "Yeah, but my dad's on a call, so I'll be
Yep.
back in 20 minutes." And then he'd do the call, then you get on, then you have to like somehow find the same server, and it would take hours just to get into a game. And then your dad would be like, "Time's up on the computer, son. Go to bed." All right, sorry, Dad. Thanks
6
for that
p.m.
2 kills. on my Game of Tribes.
Well, technical timeouts seem to be almost resolved. We're losing the graphic. We'll be in. No, not quite. This could take a little bit longer. Maybe someone's PC has crashed. You'd hope not. At this level, you're professional gaming. You want to have a PC that's reliable, not getting the blue screens of death. And an internet connection that's going to be stable. It's not really possible to be a pro gamer. I don't think these kids realize how lucky they are. Go back to ISDN and see how troublesome it can be. But we'll be back into it momentarily. I assure you, it's the second day of week 2 of, I believe, our 12-week schedule. It's a long old slog. We kind of changed the format a little bit from last season. Instead of having 4 games in the evening, we will have 6 maps per night, just to allow us to get everyone through as quickly as possible. It's technical timeout. Does slow down the gameplay somewhat, I'll give you that, but it gives a chance for the teams to really work out their strategies. What are they going to do for the next round? It's going to be mind-blowing what Na'Vi can do on the CT side at this point. AGO definitely in control of all the money and the pace of the game so far, and we'll see if they can continue this gameplay so far. If they get 6-1, it's going to be a reset, and maybe they could actually win it.
It's possible. I mean, look, the fact of the matter is that if they can steal a game off of Na'Vi, they're going to put Na'Vi into another awkward situation in this league, and they're going to put themselves up the ladder in doing so against teams that may not have the same fortune. And we know that one win against a top-tier opposition, but we want to call Na'Vi that, is huge in this league just because of how close it ends up being at the end of the year. And by our speculation, or at least our analysis, given that's sort of our job, we expect LDLC, AGO, probably, who else would we lump into that category? But those 2 teams certainly to be near the bottom of the table. So
Definitely.
a win against Na'Vi would be massive.
Yeah, they're definitely near the bottom. It's not even up for dispute, really. But they're doing a good performance right now as we'll wait for Na'Vi and AGO to get ready here on Mirage. I guess at this point, Matt, it's time to go back to our roots and work out what we can talk about. While this one is getting itself back together, what have we got coming up? It is a 6-week break. We discussed that already. We just had Katowice with an unlikely winner, Fnatic. I'll see if they can... Do you think they'll win another tournament this year, Fnatic, or do you think there's a flash in the pan?
I don't know. I want to think that like they've had some top fours and they've been again getting into the. I think that there's a chance they can win other events. I think they'll be kicking around in the playoffs for a while.
Sure.
I think they're definitely a playoff.
That's always where I had them.
team.
I always had them like get to the quarterfinals, then leave.
I think
quietly.
even semis.
Yeah.
I think even semis. Yeah, definitely quarterfinal team. But yeah, I think semis could be in the mix for them. I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if we did see them in another final in the next, I'll say 4 months.
Yeah, sure. Furlan, he won't be seeing a final just yet. He'll be taken down in the connector. Electronic, good job to find a couple of kills, just one. Toa, he'll be doing that as he finds a 4 versus 3 now. This is a big round, remember. If they win this, it is a full reset. Edward waits patiently by the vent. Good angle. He's had to come through, though. He will have time to reposition, but he can't find the kill. Toa gets his 3rd. Now, it looks like this could be an absolute disaster. Zeus will be smoked out, and maybe not even have a single chance in this one to even deny the plant or anything like that. He'll wait and wait. As now the open plant comes in. AGO, full reset coming in, but remember, I think 4 players did survive for Na'Vi in the previous, so maybe a buy, especially if Zeus can save. He'll be waving out the vent once more. And now he'll just have to fall back into obscurity and just hope he can hold on to the rifle.
Zeus. Good, easy positioning to take the first kill onto Toa, but you're right, 6-1 reset. Was that an AK down? It could be justifiable to go toward it, but I can understand why he's sitting back, doesn't want to open himself up to any further angles. They are certainly encroaching upon him. I don't know that they're going to get there. Number 6. I'm trying to figure out corresponding with the number. I hate to trying to figure out who's going to be closer. Either way, the one and only. Showing off some style in mid that he might be the one and only player there this game, the way that things are going.
Quite possibly. Will it be the force buy from Na'Vi? I'm not so sure. They're not going to do it. Okay, so they get some upgraded pistols, but overall keeping their bank accounts a bit healthier than I expected. I thought they'd just go all in and try and bully their way into the game, but this could be Zeus, who doesn't throw his rifle over. He has got the only Kevlar available, and this is quite a sight, isn't it? The disparity in the setup. You can see 5 terrorists towards A and 5 CTs towards B. They'll get nothing out of this. And good execution. You can see this team has got strategies. They're well drilled. Electronic gets this kill. There it is. Don't want to run into those sort of choke points by yourself, PHR. All sorts of things can go wrong. Groovy will make up for those. Spraying through the smoke wildly, gets another. And wants a bit more of the action as well. Good smokes, and that's a good round guaranteed. He's trying to pick up a rifle. Flaming Will, he's got the AK. Zeus didn't get anything out of that, and you can see Simple trying to pick up the M4. Can't quite reach it, finally gets it, and he'll fall back.
Fall back indeed. And rotate all the way off toward Horseshoe, just to make sure that no one else is going to be slipping in behind him. A simple slip. Sometimes that's what looks best. 6-1 goes to 7. AGO is just strong, obviously.
Their CT side did look better than this. Obviously, this is a bit of a momentum game so far. AGO just having loads of money, resetting them. Here comes another buy, Simple AWP. AGO just happy to roll with 5 AKs right now. Round number 9, 7-1. Worrying time, says Simple will be smoking towards connector. Smoke. Oof, he takes a nade to the face. He missed the second HE from what I saw, so that's lucky. I think he might have gone down with that. And waits and waits and waits with the AWP. Will an opportunity present itself? It might do. Snapping around, can't find anything. Smoke about to drop, so he'll have to fall back. Electronic got tagged up as well. Mid control coming in, nothing towards the B apartments. If he faces, Sim's going to hit that shot all day long. Flashbang doesn't really do anything for them. 5 versus 4.
Farland. We'll work back towards the top of middle along with PHR. Edward inside of the flames has to be somewhat careful as he gets tagged once, moves off the angle instead. He's already down to 41, but he's got a crossfire with Zeus and a back turned from Snatchy. PHR managed to get us a trade, but look at Zeus go. Just groovy. I know where he is. And Zeus, what a great round. 4 kills, 3 kills. I can't count. But the game canon, it tells me it's 3, Henry. It's also telling me that's the second round for Na'Vi.
It is the second round for Na'Vi. Round number 10. Been quite a fast-paced half so far, apart from the technical pause. AKs again. This will be not quite the final buy for AGO, but they'll be limited in the next round. You can see residual cash available for Groovy with 6k there. All about simple again. Probably going to drop the same smoke in the connector. But an execute coming in. There is a first kill. It's the double here. Of course he does. Electronic with the AK. Punishes 2 of them. They want to go for an execution there, but they'll get nothing from this at all. 7-3 looking very likely. As Groovy will have to make his way out of the apartments here. Round is guaranteed to be going in favor of Na'Vi, but can they maybe cause a dent? Can they get a bomb down? I doubt it, but we'll find out. Good job. Electronics offers himself up. No need for that, but fancied it anyway. And they're still going for the solo kills. Na'Vi, that is. Flashbangs will be coming in. Simple smoked out of position. This can still fall apart. This kill will decide it. How has a 5-on-2 gone to this?
I don't understand it either. I mean, finally Na'Vi does. Ooh, something gets down to a 1-on-1. It's simple, however, in that 1-on-1. Perhaps the player you would pick if you could make a call from the sidelines. He's gone to the AK as well. PHR. Planting. He's gotten 3 kills.
Well, Simple looks like he's completely locked him down, but now he considers CT spawn just in the nick of time there. Simple up against it. He has got the incendiary. Where does he use it? If he does deploy it, obviously the team will know exactly where he is. He has got the kit. He's got everything he needs, but the bomb is ticking now rather fast. PHR gets the advantage. There's a lot of damage there. No grenade. He throws the incendiary now.
Oh my.
He will win, but it doesn't happen. 5-on-2, man. 5-on-2. It goes from bad.
4 kills for PHR.
Bad to worse, and this is looking desperate now. How are Na'Vi losing those rounds? Like, you can't ever think a game or round is ever over just because you've got a huge lead. Like, why are they crawling up ladders with position you can't shoot and running into a ramp one by one? It's baffling, this team sometimes, Na'Vi. The decisions they make when they have advantages is something that's the absolute worst part of their game. Just have to sit back and make them play the next one. You can't afford to go hunting. You don't have the money. You've got 2 rounds on the board. And you've just thrown a 5-on-2. Well, Electronic will be towards top of middle. Flame with the shotgun at A ramp. Don't get me wrong, great work by AGO, but shouldn't be that easy for them.
Flamey. At the arches, Edward will watch toward Furlan. He's actually going to get his knife out, so he walks a little faster to get toward Cat. Zeus made noise, not sure why, as we snapped over toward him, but Simple's got a shot.
Well, they want to repay the favor, walking out against an orb. Not recommended.
No, not. Electronic still inside of the middle, trying to push up as well. It's going to be on Flamey to make this call that it's over toward A. Both players in mid should take back connector immediately. No one towards CT stairs. But Simple does have the AWP, at least in jungle. In fact, they're already going to make that change now. No further action in mid. They're ready for it. Flamey certainly is. Goes out. Finds 2. Down goes PHR. Another 5 versus 2, Henry. Another 5 versus 2, Henry. Toa's gotten 2 kills. Smoke down, Molotov through it. Groovy's the next up in their flash, but thankfully Zeus is not.
They're low HP, and they will convert the round. Wasn't comfortable, but they all count.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And of course, AJ will have to force by this one and just hope they can squeeze the round out. If they do, it might be double eco territory for Na'Vi. They've already won the half on the T side of Mirage. That's a job in itself. Anything at this point will be a bonus for them. Na'Vi can't afford to lose any more horrific rounds, especially when they have these huge leads. Need to be very careful at this point. Swing towards the palace. Thrown by Edward. PHR waiting the underpass here. They have got a bit of utility, 3 smokes and some flashbangs, and it will be a slower paced round with more of a focus towards B. 2 players, top and middle, 2 in the apartments, going towards the underpass right now. Could be an A split depending on where the bomb finishes up.
Smokes bounced back in the window. Electronic starting to look inside of that smoke to see if anyone's going to get boosted up. He hasn't blown out the Ventrilos yet. But that's because he's in TeamSpeak, Henry.
Nice. Ventrilo.
Bounce Molotov from Catwalk will cover off the underpass. Nachi's already found Edward. AK-47 Electronic now has an easy kill against Toa, and now it's Flamey to try and add to that by blocking them inside of Connector. Only 1 kill. Thought for sure that spray down would go in his favor. And Snatchy has followed Electronic around the corner and gotten back inside of the ladder room. That's going to change everything, because certainly they had the second kill toward Connector locked up. It comes to Simple because Bomb, ooh, maybe not. I'm going to say it's heading that direction. There's no guarantee yet where that goes.
Well, it looks like Zeus will probably get a couple of kills there. They're going to have no idea. He spots 1. He'll fire straight away, and he'll get nothing for it. Okay, well, Simple, he wins these. Absolutely, he does. He'll get dinked, but 1 by 1 they go, and they try to trade it out, but not going to happen. Though Simple, very happy with that outcome. You can see they weren't really sure where they wanted to finish up there. They pretty sure they knew Simple was in CD spawn. Went back towards A. They got the kill on Zeus, and unfortunately fed the beast. Simple converting it. They keep finding it down to a 1 versus 1 though, so they can keep buying it and just hope they break Na'Vi eventually, but all they're really doing with these sort of rounds is letting Na'Vi back in the game. Looks like a big execute, all the smokes will be deployed, try and take down Zeus, who's waiting at the end of the connector here. Maybe should do some damage. Not too much. Smoke, and that might be their cue to go, I'm not sure.
Furlan. Smoked off. Gonna try and make a move with his CZ. Just the one to wait. Gonna swing back out. Easily takes and disposes 2 players on pistols. Simple, it's a double. Love to see that. From his perspective, at the very least, as it's now down to Snatchy. And he might have needed lock and stock and 2 loaded barrels to get out of that situation.
He might have done, but
Like that? Snatch reference?
I got it. It wasn't not your best.
Hey,
It
come
was
on,
okay.
man.
It's all right.
Give me something.
I think we can definitely work in some Snatch quotes into that, but
I don't know if I remember any, to be honest.
I could do all of them.
All right, well, let's do it.
Me and Richard did this in the major. You don't remember. We did it pretty much constantly the entire time. But here we go.
That's
Simple.
true, you actually did.
And first easy kill for him. Gotta try a little bit harder if you're going to take him down to that sort of range. There's not much talk about this round that is running into certain depths as Electronic will finish things off with the MP9. Like I said, they got the 8 rounds. Anything else was a bonus. They didn't really want it seemed, towards the end. Lots of kind of apprehension towards clutch plays and couldn't really break down Na'Vi since they got really established here. Simple will have the AWP to finish things off, so it's Flamey. He is technically the secondary AWPer, I guess. And on 4 kills at 10 deaths. There's always one player that's kind of really off the pace in Na'Vi. It's a little bit worrying sometimes for them. Trying to this time holds towards middle. Flamey trying to get the first kill. Get it though, he'll be completely wrecked by the flashbang. Electronic, waiting. Gets 1, but not 2. Snatchy will take him down.
Far too many people spraying through that window, I'm afraid. 9-6 or 8-7? It's a question we wait for. As Zeus has the bomb, that could lead to Na'Vi having the advantage, Hank. That's a leg out. Surely that's a leg out. Why is PHR standing there with knives out? I think he was going back for the bomb and he legged out, so we'll have to see how this goes. I'm sure they'll have to play it on because it was late in the round, but it certainly may give us a bit of a delay at halftime. Needs down Furlan the last in a 1 versus 2. Bomb still back at Horseshoe, and in fact, Edward is going to be pushing toward CT spawn. The problem is they've left connector wide open. If Furlan wanted to go that far and grab the bomb, he could get back to A. They'll play retake on it. May not have to. It's simple. He's pushing the apartments. The only way back into this is through connector toward A. Or B. They've left both bomb sites open at this point, actually.
Well, Furlan won't know that. He'll be low HP and very worried as to what's going to happen to him. You can see one player at the A ramp. So Edward watching for them crossing. That's pretty much a guaranteed frag in my book. 25 seconds. Furlan is seeing if there's any free frags for him. He's going to go towards B through the vent. Actually, not the worst call. The thing is, as soon as he tries to plant, Simple should just take him down. As you can see him here, he's getting ready for it. He's like, well, he's got to plant at some point. I'll just be ready to kill him. Here he comes. Simple probably just one digs this. He'll hit the plant, and he'll just hunt him down. He'll even knife him, why not? Let's have some fun. Gets the knife, and he will take down Furlan there. Knives and Simple have cost him a few rounds. One against Cold Zero, most notably on Cobblestone. But this one was an absolute success, as it will be 8-7. Simple started to warm up as the map continued. This was quite a nice shot. Down Snatchy. I'm sure he got the double here. Actually, quite a few misses, but overall. So, some good rounds from him. That's a huge lead that AGO had. 7-1, only converted to 8-7. So,
yeah, that's true. Well, that said, similar shades of green, shall we say, Hank, to what we saw on Overpass, because it was also, I think, there, what was it, 6-1, and then it went 8-7 as well, and then Navi kind of ran away and hid.
Indeed. Well, Snatchy, not as impressive as he was before.
What was your favorite game as a kid? Like hide and go seek, tag, King of the Castle?
We used to have this one called British Bulldog. You know what that is?
Oh, I remember hearing about it. How does that work again?
So you have like 50 kids, you split into 25. Each goes one end of the playground, and you've got one guy in the middle who's the Bulldog. And you have to like run to the other side and touch the wall.
And anyone he touched becomes a Bulldog. That's right. I remember that game.
Pretty brutal game in the playground. A lot of bruises.
Red Rover used to be brutal because we used to do it with all like the hockey dudes, and you just call like the strongest guy, and you'd all, instead of like holding hands, you'd lock arms and just clothesline them. It was brutal.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Red
Rover. That was the
Rover.
most popular in our school.
British Bulldog. I do remember that. We used to play a lot of wall ball too.
Oh, that was good. That was a big one.
Yeah.
That was good. That's like basically like squash, but with a tennis ball, right? With a hand.
Yeah, well, no, you could catch it, but you had to throw it within 2 seconds, I think, was the rule. So that was the way it went. And if you threw it and it didn't hit the wall, or if you didn't throw it in time, or if you dropped it after the catch, you had to run to the wall, touch the wall before the ball. So someone else would have to run to the ball after you dropped it. Okay. And you'd have to run and beat it. And if you didn't beat it, there was a version of it called Red Ass, where you'd have to stand against the wall and they got to whip the ball at you.
Yeah, we had that as well.
Yeah.
That was more university days. Speaking of our favorite games, Counter-Strike will be concluding itself, at least in this particular map, momentarily. It's half-time right now. AGO surprisingly lead 8-7 after starting on the T side. Na'Vi got a lot of work to do here. They have not looked amazing, as they'll be getting back into it momentarily. They'll want to be finding the pistol and getting some clean rounds here. ESL Pro League continues. It's going to be a little bit of lull in your stadium events. I know you've been loving them at the beginning of this year so far. You've got the majors, you've had Katowice, you've had all sorts, but for now, you'll have to be patient. And maybe, I think it's about 6-week wait. There's definitely loads of Counter-Strike on the calendar in terms of the smaller events and online stuff coming up. I think there's some fun events planned as well. So watch out for all of that, as the Counter-Strike will never end.
Never does, never will. And why should it? And why should we not be a part of it, Henry?
A few reasons, but
none of them matter.
None of them matter. It doesn't even come into the equation. And this is an extended break. Maybe they're just trying to sort out that technical issue they had in the first half. That lasted a few minutes, but looks like they are restarting now. I can see CT's in spawn, in formation. Before they on the arrow.
Well, Hank G. Toa's going to head over toward B. He's got company along with him, so they're going to actually go for a stack on the B site, if you will. It's not a full stack, but 3 players there. That's not exactly a standard situation. Simple. My God, man, shut up.
Shut up.
Down goes 2, and he's almost got the 3rd as well. Toa tagged. He's on 9 HP.
Oh, there we go. Simple and a P250 and a pistol round. That's pretty unbelievable. And Electron will be gifted the frag there. PHR just had to try and get through the vent. 4 versus 2. I don't think there's a chance they'll throw this one. But you never know. Going to be waiting towards spawn. And he will get the first frag. Flamey goes down with nothing there, not even a tag. And the USP has to nail this one. Not going to happen. That should be it now. Toa low HP. And Zeus will deal with him. Simple. Real scenes towards the B-bomb site. Almost got 3. And for anyone wondering why he gets a PT-50, he has to get dropped the weapon by a teammate. And then he has armor as well. And it means he can one-tap like that. The Glock cannot find those sort of kills. It can do about maybe 90, 85 damage. At certain ranges, but it cannot find one-shot headshots. It used to be able to. When CSGO first came out, it was like a railgun for some reason. They thought that was a cool thing. I remember casting very early on in like 2013 and like saying, well, it's T-pistol, so they're going to win it, and we'll move on to the next round. There was just no discussion back then. Nope. Just ran around with armor. Wrecking everyone. Electronic. He'll get the first. This is a bit of a force buy from AGO. 3 players all in, but a couple of them not. Ruby and Snatchy maybe saving for the AWPs.
Shots out from Flamey. AK-47 in hand. Furlan gets back Edward, but Simple's there to find him in return. We now are Na'Vi in the lead, believe it or not, 9-8. You probably would believe it, so. Or not.
Well, there will be even further after this one. It will be the full eco for AGO. Round number 3 coming in. And they won't purchase anything from what I can see. Just the default weaponry, 5 USPs, a P2000. Alright, 4 USPs and 1 P2000. Snatchy's got that. Going towards the A sites, there are no CDs out right now, but they're rotating in from the jungle area. Edward should be able to do a reasonably quick job here. Things up. There's 9-10 coming into the fray. And that one was on burn. I'd have let him just burn in the flames. Wouldn't even kill him with the bullets. It's like, you know what? You deserve this. Orb for Snatchy.
Orb for Snatchy, indeed.
No defuse kit, though.
No.
And remember, Na'Vi's T side is not amazing, but luckily for them, every player on their team probably outweighs AGOs. The boost comes in towards short. That'll be allowing them to look for any players coming from the underpass and making their way towards middle, or vice versa. Just one waiting in B, that's Furlan with 1 smoke. And it's going to Molotov in, and they have to go out the window now. Trying to get everything done here. Snatcher open things up, but not for long. Furlan. Peep, taken down, and now the retake begins. Smoke will come through a little bit deeper to allow him some access to the side. Bomb planted by Zeus. This is a bit of a bonus round. Here. Simple, can't take bullets.
Gets an opening between the quad, but no shots land, and Zeus is able to take him down. Snatchy with 1 in return. Has a gallery to fire at, and he finds Electronic as his next masterpiece. But Gruby's going to find Zeus, and that's going to give the round to AGO. First gun round going their way makes us 10-9. We're back with him 1. And Henry, how are you?
We're good, and AGO may be feeling even better now. 4 kills for Snatchy, and that was the bonus round for Na'Vi, so don't get too worried for them yet. They will bring out AKs here, and maybe even the AWP, as they will have money once again. It's Snatchy. You can see this didn't really do much at all for Na'Vi. There's so much exposed towards that side of the map. But here's the orb. Flamey was the player to reconnect, I assume, considering he's got 3 kills. That's inaccurate. And we'll have a look. Round number 5. Orbs on either side. Money for AGO will be gone if they lose this one. It's a very telling round as to how the game will finish.
He'll work his way back toward B. Man, he is quick. And so far, Toa is the one and only dead. But I'm sure someone else will join him shortly, especially with Simple hitting shots like that on the AWP. Snatchy is up to no good as well. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. Got in one little fight and Zeus got scared. And now we're at a 4 versus 4.
4 and 4. Simple might show his barrel here. You can see it's just waiting by the window. It's very quiet now. Simple seeing what opportunities he's got. Not at all. as Furlan takes down the M4A4. That's going to be the man advantage. AGO looking to convert 2 in a row here. Edward and Electronic. The way Edward's playing so far might not be possible.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, missed shot though from Snatchy.
Yeah, didn't expect that. I thought he would nail that. He's been sharp. Furlan, been sharp as well, but look at this pullback from Na'Vi. And Electronic times it perfectly to find Furlan. We're down to Groovy. And I don't know if Groovy's got his mojo. Smoke inside a quad allows Electronic to work his way toward the van. That will be suspect, I'm sure, because that smoke certainly would indicate that he wants to go that direction, but Electronic's well aware that he could have gotten through the window, lines it accordingly, and we go 9-11. No back-to-back rounds, Hank. You jinxed them, I think.
Well, they can write in, and I can make a formal apology. Either way, 11-9 as they will force by here. This could be the end of their pretty decent run on Mirage. I feel like Na'Vi will coast to this point, but we'll see. CZs and Deagles and the Scout, it is a force buy to going towards middle. Good grenade, maybe. Should do some damage, does, but he might not get much more than 1 kill. We'll see the CZ is very potent. A couple. Deagle and have Snatchy pretty much the last chance. Can't get the 1 Deag. Can't get anything off. He's missing everything. Well, there we go. Groovy AK-47. Oh, he can do this. There's the kill. Can he convert? Not quite. Simple. Will be spot on with the AWP. Something himself, okay.
He's just having some fun. You know, the economy's not that important when you got 58-50.
22 kills as well.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Full eco for AGO.
22.
39 should be coming in. I say that with bated breath. We'll see. They'll bring out the MP7s, the MAC-10s. Simple goes towards middle. We'll get nothing towards that window position.
Snatchy. Still working inside a connector. Zeus gets the kill into him with flames. It's Furlan and Groovy, though.
Here we go.
This time without CZs that are going to find kills. Furlan can't quite get to the AK-47. That gives Na'Vi back the man advantage, at least for now, as Simple runs back to get the bomb.
Gives the AWP over. He'll be taking the MAC-10. He's got the higher HP. He just wants to throw himself in first and find these full eco players. He'll probably get this kill here. There it is. Looks a bit weird. It's a bit of a glitch in CSGO. Makes it look like you've got 1 hand on the gun. But it's just where he's been throwing a flashbang.
But it's really 1 hand on his cigarette. And the other one... No, 1 hand in my pocket. I messed that up.
Yeah.
It was really I was doing it for Jason. I know he loves Alanis Morissette.
He does. He certainly does. 13-9. Maybe the last chance for AGO here to get no warps. Little utility 1 defuse kit. They've got the M4, so I haven't taken any compromises in terms of the firepower. Number 8. Na'Vi. Like we said, nothing really too tactical to break down for you. It's just default after default. This time they will head towards B though, so we'll go for an execution. Simple waiting for anyone to jump up, and he is very fast indeed. We'll see if he can find the first kill. Just calling for his teammates that there's no sniper presence, and Furlan might be costing himself his life, but no. Toe out from the bench, reaches out and gets another. That's going to be Zeus going down. Actually, quite a good round for them. Flamey 3 versus 1 to clutch it out now, but he is taking damage and he will be taken down. 13-10. Could be all the rounds here. We're not sure. But AGO have lost their streak in terms of the lost bonus. But have a full buy for Na'Vi.
So 3 rounds still. You're right in a 3-round spread with money still for Na'Vi. Could spell the end for AGO if they win this round. They'd break them again and find themselves on 14. Snatchy goes out towards top middle, fire into the M4. Default skin, by the way.
It's the cool thing to do now.
I thought it was going to be trendy. It's like the
it's
retro weapons in TF2.
Yeah.
Which is the better version of Overwatch. As Electronic gets in position toward the palace. Electronic being good on the play as well, but Groovy starting it off. Sprays back down, can't find the 3rd kill. PHR certainly will find Flamey, and Snatchy gets aggressive. Zeus goes down. And it's now going to be 11 rounds to 13, surely. It's simple, mind you. he's going to be easily finding Snatchy.
He thrives in these sort of plays, doesn't he? He's like, you know what, I'm glad you guys have died. I want to show the world how good I can be. Let's have a challenge. Let's see what's available. As he'll flash in. He knows he has a chance here, but it's quite a small one. 47 HP, 3 kills to find. Bomb out of reach. He's hoping for a mistake to be made, as he'll check every single angle. Drops a pistol. And he'll start to make his way around, looking for anyone flanking him. As he goes towards T-spawn, 30 seconds on the clock. So AGO keeping themselves in this game. They could still win. That should be the money. Quite a troublesome position now for Na'Vi. He'll save the AWP by the looks of things here. Looking towards T-spawn for anyone trying to take him down at the very end of the round. Jumps up to go to the palace. That might be a safe place just to hold. Once he establishes control, he can just sit in this position now, knowing that no one's coming from T-spawn or the A-ramp. And yes, their money will be quite desperate, actually. He'll save the AWP. Edward can buy an AK. Same story for Zeus. Simple, though. We'll have the AWP. Can't drop anything. Gets no money for that play. So we'll have, what, 3 AKs maybe? We'll see. I'll take a pause just to work out how they distribute the welfare. Remember, Na'Vi lost a 5-on-2 if they end up losing this game. That will be a round to discuss. Maybe shout about.
Do you remember those days when Na'Vi used to be very loud about discussing things? Oh, man.
Tactical timeout for them.
I used to remember being intimidated. I remember a part of the stage hosting I did for Season 2 Pro League when we were in Burbank was that they wanted me to do this interesting thing where between maps or between halves, they wanted me to go on stage and just get a quick quote, which we now do. Obviously, Stun is doing that, the sideline reporting and whatnot. It's become more normal, but back then the teams were super opposed to it. I even had to like warn them before the game, like, hey, just so you know, I'm gonna be sticking my nose in. And I remember I'd stick my nose in with Na'Vi and they'd all just stare at me and then continue to yell in Ukraine. I'd be like, all right, never mind, don't worry about a voice. I'll, you guys do your thing. I'll make something up. I got this.
So it turns out that they are very excited about the next half and they'll do what they can. That would have been...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Sorry, I had noises in my ear that didn't make sense, but yeah, that's basically what it was. Yeah, Zeus said they're looking super sharp. They'll just get some kills. I think
they'll do all they can. Game of 2 halves. They're going to bring this one back.
Yeah, exactly.
But here we go, the force buy from Na'Vi. This could be the window for AGO, you never know. Snatchy's let them past, and Simple, he won't be making the same mistake. He's ready and waiting. Misses the shot, though they both do. Snatchy, brave to challenge again. Simple punishes him for it and comes a 4-on-4. Well, 4-on-5, as no one went down for the Na'Vi side. Maybe it is. 2 players with pistols, could be one whole one. Or double, if you've got a CZ in your hand.
PHR
takes the AWP.
Yeah, exactly.
You wanted to throw one gun away because you know some of the little pistols, right? So keep it out of reach.
Well, yeah, he puts it in an awkward situation. So the AWP is still grabbable, I believe. He didn't throw it off the map. Don't think he would have in that time, at least. He might have. Could have. But I think they'll leave that in spawn where it's not likely anyone is going to rotate immediately or find that. As they make a lot of noise running around inside of middle. And PHR is going to capitalize on that, but Simple knew exactly where that came from. I get the shot in return. Electronic, meanwhile, will hold off in connector. CZ. And he's going to run toward that vent. That AWP might become a bit of a problem if he gets back that direction. He'll certainly find it. Simple finds another kill with his. Flamey as well gets down Toa Furlan back through the smoke, back through the window, but Simple on a hat trick.
Yeah, remember this was their force buy as well. 9 seconds, bomb will be planted. Groovy left with no kits. 3 kills to find, hoping that someone's just coming for the long con through the vent. Not going to happen. He'll have to try and save the M4 here after winning a couple in a row. AGO, we'll just have to let this round slip by. Na'Vi will find round number 14. They did win the first map. It was about as convincing as this one. Not very. AGO is a team you don't expect to cause much damage here in the Pro League, but they've got Na'Vi not quite on the ropes, but they're working the body. Round number 14 will be secure. 3 more kills for Simple. And saving the M4 is the remaining CT.
So bomb detonates, and Ruby will at least keep the M4. I assume that AWP actually did get thrown off the map, because otherwise he would have gone to get it. It would have been just around the corner.
Here's that first shot. They both missed, and then he decides to re-peek him like a wallbang.
That's pretty sexy.
Oh, there we go. Can't do much about that.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice, I'll shoot you through the wall.
Execution, or maybe just a rush. Looks like maybe just flashbangs. Simple will just be smoking towards the jungle steps, but Coley just wants to run in. He gets one, but Groovy will take him down. Remember, this is low money, but Flamey completely flashed by his own team by those things there. Molotov comes through. I don't think I'll do too much, though they're both going to die in it. Zeus
Yeah,
right
whatever,
into the
why not?
flames.
It's a cruel, cruel world. So Simple. Gonna work his way in the site, aggressive with the AWP. Already down from A main, but not fast enough to find Furlan, who gets the shot with none other than a CZ75, as Edward gets a shot back, however, with the AK-47. Watch for the one and only to be the one and only star of this round. He might actually get to do that as well. Nade, no, not gonna happen. It's Snatchy instead, 14-12.
They've done it. The force buy works out for AGO. They haven't broken the money down quite of Na'Vi. Edward on 2K, Zeus 3,300. AGO making this very competitive. We do know Na'Vi struggle on the T side of this particular map. Just look at the demos back from Starladder and Kiev. You saw the absolute collapse of them as we get into the next round. Looks like it will be a tactical pause at this stage. We'll see if that transpires.
Yeah, that's certainly going to be the situation, and rightfully so. You might as well use the ones you've got, therefore they can close the game as efficiently as possible. Don't want to get broken down in terms of economy at this point, and make us go all the rounds. And then some, as it so often seems.
Whenever Na'Vi on the server, I expect it to go all the rounds.
Okay.
I've kind of come to expect it at this point. The problem is we always have two players on any given night that just don't do anything. Tonight's Edward, before it was Flamey, so we'll see if they continue the trend. We'll bring up the scoreboard momentarily, see if they're all sat, but the unpause comes in. And yeah, tonight Flamey, 6. Oh, he did rejoin the server, I'll take that back. Edward's on 13 kills, 17 deaths. But let's get into the next round. Money tight on either side. You can see Deagle for Edward, Zeus just on a Mac 10. They have got the simple orb though. That's all they need to win rounds. And in terms of the setup, 3 players towards middle, bomb down, 1 towards A, 1 at the B apartments, and they'll just be flashing in towards middle to push the AWPers back. Anyone aggressive as well. They've got some decent control right now. Very passive hold from the CTs. Groovy holding the connector. He's got backup from PHR as well. But for now, Na'Vi won't be doing much with this round until they pick up the bomb. So just going to be trying to get that basic mid control. It's round number 12. A bit of a stalemate at this point. No one really challenging for any particular part of the map.
Yeah, at least. 12-14, and no kills coming in yet. They want Simple to open with the AWP, so they're not smoking anything off. They're hoping someone's going to get careless, walk out, get slapped, or spanked, depending on what type of parent you are.
Well, the AWP for Simple making its way through. That's going to be near the connector now, and good flashbang from the CTs. Doesn't really get them too much yet. The spray down has to be effective. First kill for PHR, lots of damage inflicted, but they couldn't trade it out. Simple will come out on top, and then some. He will get a 4-on-2 situation now. Toa and Furlan up against it. Zeus did spot one in the flames, then decided to fall back. Furlan hiding out in the smoke. Did Simple hit that shot? He did not, and he'll have to fall back to a more defensive position now.
Done that and decided he didn't like it, so he went back for more yet again. How good was that in connector when he was able to hold the angle?
Yeah.
Knew exactly that there would be a crossfire. Tries to bait in the second shot. Furlan, all that remains, low HP on 2. Simple's at least being smart. You saw him fall back earlier and then weigh out the consequences to go back in, and this time he'll do the same. But Furlan, I think, has given up. He's bugging out and going home.
Yeah, he'll have to. Money might be a little bit tight for them now. They're going to get $1,400 per player. You can see this is a full reset, so he has to save whatever weaponry he can. They're going to have maybe around $2,200 per player here. He'll have the M4. He can't really drop too much. He can drop a UMP or a FAMAS. He's actually got the exact money for that. As we'll see what he does. Watch from Furlan's point of view. There it is, FAMAS. On the nose, so that's something. And they'll bring 1 M4, the Clarion, and some CZ. There's a 5-7 for Snatchy. He's playing the game on Nightmare mode, doesn't want the easy ride.
Certainly not.
Potentially the last round here. Execution. Na'Vi, that's pretty much all they've got on this map from what we learned in Kiev, but It should work this time. We'll see. They set themselves up for the smokes. There's one player looking for any sort of rotation. That's Edward and T-Spawn. They have got 4 players towards the A bomb site, AGO, so there still could be a few more rounds yet.
Flash goes out, Groovy. It's going to hold from the boxes. Snatchy will climb up. 5-7! That's not a CZ75, Hank!
I know.
I know you know. I just thought I'd bring it up. Toa goes back out from the apartments. One quick kill for him, and then Edward follows up and takes him back down. So too does Flamey. We might get the end. Well, it's up to the inners of the site because everyone's been playing the reverse default, so no one's going to bounce that underneath the shadow anymore, not unless you've got a second one to do that with. But if PHR is going to pop out and take down Edward, that's going to leave us in a 3 versus 2 as Flamey wants inside of the site.
3 players remain, and presumably the game is done, but no. PHR says that this maybe has a few more twists and turns yet. Simple and Zeus up against it now. They haven't planted. Time still okay, 35 seconds. And we'll see whether they can close things out here. Zeus will have to hit this shot. Misses out on it. And I feel like, oh, good job by Simple. That should be it now. PHR, 1 versus 1, 25 seconds. Flashbang goes in the air. Simple. Can he hit the shot? Surely he can.
It's shown. Doesn't matter. PHR re-peaks it. Simple wants that exact scenario to transpire. And they'll get both wins tonight. Well done, Navi.
Not too bad. Well, actually, no. Let's not say that. It was average.
Okay,
They
all
get
right.
both the maps, but it certainly wasn't clean. Wasn't pretty, but they got it done. So, yes, I guess there is that.
You know what else there is?
What?
There's 3 other human beings in this room, and they've been sitting and watching this game probably more closely than I have. So let's bring them in to talk about it.
Let's do it. Hello, boys.
Hiya.
How's it going?
Not too shabby. I mean, I like that we've got the real honest Hank cast coming in because you're not filling, blowing smoke. That was still, once again, a game which was a bit ugly.
Well, remember, that's AGO, arguably the lowest team we have in the entire Pro League, and Na'Vi still don't look like they're very convincing on Mirage, or indeed Overpass for that showing particularly that's there. But they got the wins. I guess that's all that really matters here. So
And
there it is.
just before we cut you off, and you can go take a break before Heroic to step into the server, but, in Kiev we outlined that they had a very one-dimensional T-side, to the point of insanity, where it was just either A execute or default.
If you're playing against Mouse Sports, sure, that's going to be a massive problem. But against AGO, running very basic defaults, giving Simple and Orb, letting him just clutch every round, it's going to be fine. Yeah. It was quite difficult for them, as you can see. The fact they got 13 rounds is probably not good enough from Navi's POV. But, like we said, they got the win. Their Mirage definitely needs some work, but they've got 6 weeks before a big event now, so maybe they will work on that.
Yeah, maybe they're going to be expanding their map pool as well. Either way, that's Henry G and Sadakis. They'll be back for our second game where we get to see Hellraisers take on Heroic. Now I'm going to be talking to these handsome gents. We do have Yanko Paunovic and Chad Birchill. Okay, to break this one down for me, we once again get to see AGO put up somewhat of a fight, Na'Vi besting them though, and that's going to be a big step towards those Pro Leagues.
They did that by bullying Zeus, basically the entirety of their T-half, right? They just hit that side of the bomb site, and then if you're Na'Vi, you're playing what's called catch-up in the sense of how do you deal with that? Because if he's going down, if you're not trading efficiently, do you take a gamble stack and then they hit the A-bomb site? Now you're even further behind the 8 ball and being out-called by an in-game leader that isn't anywhere near as experienced as Zeus. They did that. They were able to get some decent rounds on the board. Their pistol round was pretty sick on the T side too. But there was a couple rounds that they probably had no business in. There was a 5v2 where PHR, I think he had 4 kills. Yeah. Then there was another 5v2 that they weren't able to convert, but they had pretty good stock in those rounds. So all in all, a better showing individually from that of AGO. But Na'Vi, it didn't feel like they were in danger, if you know what I mean.
I think that seems to be the general consensus, is that not only Na'Vi coming into this as favourites, but I guess AGO, they're not here to go to Dallas. They're not here to go to those Pro League finals. They're instead here to get experience, and you're going to learn a lot from a loss like that.
I agree, and you have some inconsistencies pop up, and some individual failings. For example, they had a 3v2 round. On the CT side, it was the reset round, and Snatchy is watching B-Apps from Kitchen, double scoped. Flamey peeks him with an AK, and he misses that shot, right? That's something that just simply cannot happen, And then his teammate on Cat is, waiting for Flamey, but then here's the T coming up, Cat turns and gets killed in the back. It's just small things like that. If you win that 3v2, then Na'Vi is the one being reset, and then you can really get control of the economy and maybe even take the win here on Mirage. But small things like that where you really need to have the presence of mind of the big picture. Even the last round, Toao pushed all the way towards B-Apps. He hears a couple of players running. He goes out to get a kill. Just the information alone, maybe getting one kill from a defensive position and falling back would be enough. But it's those things that when you look back at the demo, you will see some of those things pretty clearly, and it's something that you can always work on and improve.
The weird thing with that is Counter-Strike is a game of risks, and someone who takes a lot and makes it look like it's an actual fantastic decision is simple. Time and time again, there in pivotal rounds, he was having multi-frag influence, right? It's great to get an opening kill, right, to allow your team to cascade into a bomb site. Instead, he's getting 3 kills, right? And that is what you need to do if some of your teammates are a little bit quiet.
I like how Simple has like 30+ kills again, and we don't even mention it. You know, it's just like a given, right? It's Simple's had another 30+ game. It's what you'd expect. But you know, Zeus has had more than 10, so that's something that we should probably focus on a bit more. But yeah, Simple just continuing to impress. A run of form that's probably his best. You know, even for someone who's been a very good player for a very long time. I think this run of form has been the most that we've seen out of Simple.
Absolutely, yes. And Na'Vi get 2 big steps in the right direction, 2 wins in that column, which puts them up and still running for that chance to get to Dallas, the Pro League Finals. We're going to take a look at what that has to offer, and we're going to take a break. When we do come back, Hellraiser's Heroic going down right here, right now.